And welcome back. I'm Paul Graney. We're just moments away from polls closing in Virginia, and we are here at the NTD Election Hub with NTD's Kevin Hogan and NTD's Dave Martin. We want to give you guys a little bit of insight, a little taste of what we're going to be looking for and looking at over the next 4 hours. Kevin, big races across New York, New Jersey, and Virginia today, but the banner race is New York City. What are you going to be watching most closely?
Yes, Paul, this is a big one. The seat of global capitalism, New York City, the Big Apple, could soon be run by a democratic socialist, Zoran Mamdani. He wants free tuition, free childcare, free buses. Will it ever work? Who's going to pay for it? We don't know. But we do know that his Democratic challenger running as an independent, former Governor Andrew Cuomo, says that Mamdani, he's too young, he's too inexperienced to run the city. He's never dealt with a crisis before. And then you got Curtis Sliwa, who could be coming in as a spoiler. We just don't know. That's why we're going to be watching this.
We had the President Trump coming out just yesterday saying a vote for Curtis Sliwa, even though he's a Republican, is a vote for Zoran Mamdani.
That's bizarre too, Paul, because we just don't know. Is Cuomo going to be the spoiler? Is he going to take that moderate vote away from Mamdani and then Sliwa takes it? Or is it going to be vice versa, like you said?
So where are you going to be watching, Kevin? We have the map of New York City, nice and gray for us. No votes in yet. Polls closing in New York at 9 p.m. Where are you going to be watching?
Well, a big area is Queens, because again, Zoran Mamdani, assemblyman from Queens, neighborhood of Astoria, that's going to be a big, huge battleground. We're going to take you back to 2021 right here really quick. Look, Sliwa did manage to get some of the vote, but dwarfed by Adams. I mean, that's 20-point margin. So this is going to be one of the main battlegrounds, but right here, this is Staten Island, okay? Sliwa took it.
He's there today.
Yeah, and Trump also took that same Staten Island, that borough. So, I mean, any of these dynamics could play into the results here.
New York City, like we said, banner race, but just across the river in New Jersey, big governor's race. The polls are closing there. I mean, the polls are tightening.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at this. You have Jack Ciattarelli. This is his third shot at governor. Is the third time a charm? We don't know. He didn't make it past the Republican primary the first time. Second time, look at this, 2021, really close race, about 3-point decision there against Phil Murphy, the Democrat. Will this seat be flipped blue by Mikey Sherrill? Will she hold on to that blue seat? Now, Jack Ciattarelli, he's campaigning really hard. Burlington County, he was just down there in Columbus. These are the South Jerseyans. They don't want a politician that's just going to go with the New York City politics and be beholden to them. He's going to have to get huge margins up in here. Well, switch it.
Kevin, you said this is his third attempt. How did he fare last time?
Well, look, I mean, he's close. You know, he's just, well, we zoom out to the state level. It's a 3-point decision. This is a toss-up. I mean, really, but they always underpoll Jack Ciattarelli. I mean, 5 points, they underpolled him. So if their polls are showing close race like they are now, that could mean a big upset.
Where are you watching in New Jersey?
Well, okay, Passaic County. Let's just go to North Jersey right here. Remember, Phil Murphy carried this. He won the state. What happened? Well, 2020, Biden won it, and then President Trump flipped it red in 2024 last year by a 3-point margin. I mean, it's a big swing. These are people that, you know, this is the congressional district that Mikey Sherrill is from. So if Jack Ciattarelli can bring a lot of momentum and really spread his message there, he might have a chance. But again, that's a lot easier said than done, because just because Trump backs Jack Ciattarelli, he's not Trump.
Incredible. Virginia, polls closing, what, give or take 10 minutes or so, Kevin? What are you going to be watching?
Oh, well, there's just a huge scandal out here in the Virginia Attorney General race. Right. Jason Miyares, he's the incumbent. He's being challenged by Democrat Jay Jones. Big text scandal. It was reported that Jay Jones sent out a text message to his political colleague saying that if he had 2 bullets and 3 people, the Republican House Speaker, Todd Gilbert, would get both bullets. And that's Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot.
Shocking.
Now, political violence, that's just completely reprehensible, especially after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Huge political violence there. But anyway, Jay Jones, he's apologized for this, but will Democrats be able to get past this whole scandal? I mean, this was all over the Republican, Gilbert, he's the speaker, who gave a dignified eulogy to a deceased Democratic lawmaker, Joe Johnson Jr., who was a centrist, and Jay Jones was ridiculing him for being a centrist, and it spills over to the governor's race even.
Where are you watching in Virginia?
Well, okay, so we're going to be looking at right down here. You know, I mean, you got a couple pivot counties, okay? You got Stafford, and you have Prince William. I mean, these are places that Trump was able to, not do so well. I mean, he's able to close the gap a little bit. But again, when Glenn Youngkin carried the state, he won Stafford County. So that's just a really big one. But we're also going to be swinging way out here. I mean, you're talking low population, but Lee County, right? Scott County. This is This is Republican country, like Youngkin, Trump country, big
74
margins.
points.
Exactly, and that's what we're watching for. If right, for example, if Winsome Earl-Sears, she's a combat veteran, she's a Marine veteran. If she's able to get huge numbers out in those strongholds, it could put her at a big advantage. Because again, I mean, you look back, I mean, when Youngkin carried the state, that's a close race, 2 points.
She'll need big numbers there. Kevin Hogan, appreciate it. We'll be back to you.
Yeah.
Dave Martin, we just heard about the text message scandal in Virginia. Has it affected the polling there?
Absolutely, it has. Now, since those text messages were revealed, that was just 1 month ago. Yes, this race is definitely flip-flopped here. Now, we'll get to those current polls in a second. First, let's take a look where those two are polling before this scandal began. Here we go. Choice for Virginia Attorney General, September. We got Jay Jones here, the Democrat, at 49%. Jason Miyares, the incumbent Republican, at 44%. So Jones here, a comfortable 5-point lead. Now, this is an RPC
and this was
average.
back in September.
This is back in September.
Before the text messages.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is an average of 4
5 points to Jones, the Democrat, okay?
You got it. Now, 1 month later and one huge scandal later, though, this race is completely turned. Here we go. Choice for a Virginia Attorney General, October. This is really October into November. This is an average of 16 polls here.
Wow.
You can see all of a sudden Miyares here with a 2-point lead over Jones. That's a 7-point swing here in just 1 month time. Now, I will point out, though, the latest 4 polls, Jones is either ahead or tied, although Miyares is within the margin of error. So really, you could say, I've never seen it go like this. Really, you could say this race could go either way at this point. So it's taken so many turns here just in the last 6 to 8 weeks.
A 7-point swing, analysts put it down mainly, if not completely, to this text message scandal, Jason Jones's text messages, which he has apologized, but nonetheless, voters maybe not buying it. Okay, so this is Attorney General in Virginia, but people mostly watching the governor's race in Virginia, the big one. Has the text message scandal impacted the polling there?
Well, that's a good question. Let's show it. Let's start with before there, too. Here we go. Choice for governor, September 2025. Here we got the Virginia Democrat candidate, Abigail Spanberger here, showing at 51% in September. This is an average of 6, RCP average of 6 polls taken there. Meanwhile, the Republican candidate, Winsome Earl-Sears, at 42%. So a comfortable 9-point lead there for Spanberger. Now, this is September. 1 month later, now they had a debate in that 1 month since, and these text messages, of course, were a hot topic. Now, if you look 1 month later here, October polls, this is an average of 19 polls here in October. Not much of a difference there. She's got it now an 8-point lead. So it's only really a 1-point swing since these text messages hit. So not a big difference here in the governor's race. Really, her number, 51, stayed the same. Winsome Earl-Sears went from 42 to 43. So it definitely affected the Attorney General race. Not a huge difference in the governor race here.
Not showing up. But look, there's no doubt about it. The Attorney General's race, a big swing. Does it indicate something about how Americans, especially as Kevin mentioned, after Charlie Kirk's assassination, etc., political violence has been a big topic over the past number of months? What are the polls telling us? We've got about a minute, Dave.
Yeah, let's go over that. This is a YouGov poll from September of 2025, where they asked voters a question: do you think it is ever justified for citizens to resort to violence in order to achieve political goals? And you can say the vast majority of people here, 72%, give a flat-out no. But if you look at this closer by party, you can see the disparity here, a little bit of a disparity. There's still overwhelmingly no. We've got 72% still Democrats, 81%, a higher percent Republicans, and a little surprising here, 65% of independents say no. And of course, this is the group both these two parties actually want to get. If you look at it by...
So this was parties, Dave. Of these parties, 60 to 80% of them said political violence is never justified.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So they all, at an average of them of 72%, not justified. Now, if you look at by age group here, same question, is political violence ever justified?
Incredible.
Look at this, youngest group here, 18 to 29-year-olds, only 52% said no, 1 out of 2. Meanwhile, the oldest age group here, 65 and older, nearly 9 out of 10 said no. So as people get over, I guess, they feel violence much less justified. So very interesting numbers there.
Or it's a worrying trend, Dave.
It is a worrying trend.
Hopefully people mature. Hey, Dave Martin, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Kevin Hogan, we're going to look forward to hearing from you guys all night, so thank you so much. And that's all for NTD Evening News. As we said, stay with us. Right after the break, we have full election coverage from 7 until 12 p.m. midnight. Your hosts will be Steve Lance and Tiffany Meyer. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.